Now for the quick demo. I will show you how to design presentations, how Liquid gives magical powers to slides, how to connect insights to recommendations and advice, and how delivery and analytics can help you further fine-tune your growth and revenue. Okay, let's go through some demos. I will log in as Liz. I'm sure she wouldn't mind. This account already has a bunch of projects, but let me just create a brand new one. I will choose a template to start a project, and very quickly I have a project with 3 slides in it. I'm going to close the product help over here, and what I'm going to do is just modify this a little bit. So I'm going to drag another navigation slide, which basically tells the viewer what else do you want to see. And we can talk about monthly usage. We can talk about healthy active users. We can talk about license usage. So this allows users to see a full version of the presentation or a partial version of the presentation, whatever you want to show them. Now, after this, creating a presentation for a single user is very easy. You just click on Generate this presentation and generate over here. Obviously, this presentation is generated, and then I can watch it on my phone, or I can preview it right here. And right out of the box, this presentation is available.
Hey John, welcome to your July usage report on the past 30 days of DoorDash. In the last 30 days, Sam Pollock's usage grew the most, at 23% month over month. The average time spent per user.
Anyway, so these presentations are ready for mobile as well as desktop, and it can be delivered over email, over text, over Slack, any way you want. Okay, I'm going to give you a glimpse of the power of Cast over here. So obviously you can turn slides on and off or mark them as conditional. Why would you want to do that? Maybe it does not make sense to show month over month trend data to a customer that just joined 3 weeks ago. Or you do not have specific data for a specific customer, so why bother generating the slide for that customer? You can also go into narrations and make each of the narrations conditional. For example, you could go and change this to show this specific narration if the person has expansion authority. Why is it important? It does not make sense to ask an individual contributor for expansion if she does not have the expansion authority. Here's another way that we are able to personalize, and this was going to show you, we'll get into the power of Cast. You can generate a if then else block. So for example, if the user is Johnny, I could say things like, hey Johnny, it was good to see you on Friday. And obviously only Johnny would see that. And then I could just take this off. To everyone else, I just want to say, hey, first name, thank you for being a customer. And if I save this,
hey Karen, thank you for being a customer. Sam Pollock's you.
So, obviously, it was for Karen. Now, if I switch this to, I guess we use John, and then hit play.
Hey Johnny, it was good to see you on Friday. We noticed.
So yeah, it's right out of the box. Now, what am I getting into? So I use first name. This is something that you would pass to us. You'd say, hey, here are the personas for the customer that we want to talk to, and we want to personalize each presentation for. This is the first name. That's his renewal authority or whatever. They have been a customer since so many years. All the data that you provide. But you can also create fields in our system. Now, why is that powerful? You can create a field through data sets. You can get data from your trouble ticketing system, from your CRM, from your CS platform, anywhere, and you can combine it in the same narration. This is the power of like Cast, and then you can show that to users. Since you are providing data for several customers and personas to us, benchmarking comes for free. In other words, you could say things like, customers your size use these 8 features. You're only using 6. Would you like to talk to your customer success manager to learn more about these features that you're not using? Or you could say things like, customers your size use these features. Would you talk to an account manager to buy additional features? So all that is very easy. And when you create curiosity, you benchmark people. Yes, they click on and they want to know more. And that's the power. And I won't get into like how you generate them, but it's available in fields and snippets. Obviously, I have like one field and one snippet over here. One important thing, if you can have tens of thousands of users, you don't have to generate presentation and like preview them for every user. You can come into this place and then data validation, and it'll tell you what data is missing and what's not, and then you can like tweak your presentation automatically by using the variables again to show certain slides, show certain narrations, or change within using Liquid. The other thing I wanted to show over here is, which I talked about, is how you tie recommendations to each of this. So let's go back into, let's go to a different one. Let's go to narrations over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, whenever this narration is spoken, I'm going to tie it to, I'm going to have to move me a little bit over here. I'm going to have to tie this narration over here, and I'm going to show you the number of recommendations that are available to you right out of the box. You can set up Calendly meetings. You can do one-on-one relationships. You can do a good time meeting. You can ask them to send you an email. You can ask them to call you. You can point to any web page, blog post, PDF resource, or YouTube video or webinar recording that you already have. You can deep link into Twitter or Facebook or any of the apps or app on an app store. You can ask them to join a community. You can invite them to a webinar. You can ask for a renewal. You can ask for like cross sells. You can ask them to automatically fill a form, and when they fill a form, data would go directly into your system. So it's like full end-to-end automation is is what we're like getting at over here. Let's pick something like do a cross section renewal. Sorry, upsell and cross sell over here. Yeah, you can obviously change the title. You can like change the content, or you can use some of the suggestions that are automatically generated for you. You can use snippets and fields over here directly as well. You can change the call to action or any of those kind of things, provide a URL where they would go. And let's say you want to provide a Salesforce URL. So I'm just going to make that up and say, go to cast.app. And you add the recommendation, and then it's going to ask me to save it. And then just by clicking on it, I have assigned this over here. So if I hit close, so this thing says that I have assigned a narration over here. So next time, if I hit save and I play this.
Au cours des 30 derniers jours, votre équipe a passé 397 minutes dans sa...
So I click French, by the way. So it's automatically translates in French and like or automatically shows the present, recommendation over here. And if the user were to click, they see all the recommendations that they have provided over here. We can quickly do English.
In the last 30 days.
So you can provide feedback. You can provide click on recommendations, as many recommendations you want to show to the user. And this is just briefly touching on the power of Cast, but there's a whole lot more that we can point you to other videos. Okay, let's quickly look at some of the analytics. I'm going to go into one of the projects, a simple project with a bunch of slides, and I'm going to generate, deliver, and analyze. Now, if I go to the one that was generated on May 23rd, I'm going to click on Analytics, and very quickly I see how many presentations were viewed, how many were played, total recommendations clicked, and total feedback received. So these are non-unique numbers. The second row shows unique numbers. Let's click on total recommendation clicks. So these are all the recommendations provided by various people. Let's search for a specific user. Jacob, for example, he clicked on 2 recommendations or so. Similarly, we provide what time of the day people are clicking on recommendations, what time of the day feedback is being provided, what slides are being viewed the most, which recommendations are being clicked the most, and various other data.